What is your recommendation to other CSOs, CROs out there on how they need to adapt, how they need to train their departments differently? This is a major shift and a major change. And I talk to a lot of CROs and I talk to a lot of CMOs and CEOs, and they're getting asked by the board, what's your AI strategy? They all know they need to have it. The answer to what that question is, what's your AI strategy, hasn't really been cemented yet in a lot of organizations. You're so steeped in this. If you were a CSO or CRO and you're thinking through, what do I need to do? How do I need to adapt? How do I need to be the CRO of the future that embraces AI? What do we need to be thinking about? Like, how do we need to start thinking differently?
Really good question. I think part of it is, I have a natural tendency to explore and be curious. So I think first and foremost, what I would say is you're not as behind as you think you are. I think for me, this light bulb went off 12, 18 months ago, right? There was this thing and then it became more commonplace and, chat GPT. And so it's easy to feel like maybe I'm way behind these terms that are being thrown out, AEO and MCP and connectors. And, just the thought of creating an agent that does something for me is super intimidating. Or I think I see a lot of companies kind of go the other side of that. I've seen a lot of organizations throw their people into AI and they're expected to use this, but we're not really equipping them and giving them some tools. So I think first and foremost, what I would say is you're probably not as far behind as you think you are. It's new. We're all learning and it is evolving so incredibly fast that this thing is what we did 6 months ago looks vastly different today than it did 6 months ago. And so I would encourage you to find some newsletters, find some certification programs, find some podcasts that you might listen to, figure out how other people are using this. A lot of times for me, I'll read an article on LinkedIn and go, that's a neat idea. I think I might want to try that. Back to your earlier question, all that extra time that I have is now, I want to go play with it. I want to see if we can build this. And I think we're seeing more and more of that. So I think that's one piece of it. I think the second piece, something that we've done at our organization, is we've created an open format, almost like a office hours environment. It's not required. You don't have to attend. You can come if you want to. You don't have to come if you don't want to. But we do it on the first Wednesday of every month. And what we do in that format is we cover three things: internal AI tools, a learning element, and then an external use. And so what we're trying to do with our teams is we're creating a space where I think there's a nervousness. I'm going to break something, or if I connect this and it doesn't work, then what's going to happen? And so there's that fear of, I'm not sure. So I'm just paralysis by analysis. And what we're trying to do in this environment is we're trying to showcase, okay, internally, how are we utilizing AI for our benefit, for our company? And we've built some incredible tools around marketing and emails and graphics and videos. And how do we begin to put those pieces together? And so we kind of educate our team internally. And a lot of it is show and tell. Hey, here's what I've learned. We did prompts last month, for example. And so we spent a lot of time around how to do a well-designed prompt to then get the results that I want. And, today we did a topic on what's a markdown file and how does that tie into all of these tools. And so there's that internal showcase and there's a little show and tell. And what I've seen is as we're doing that, now more and more of the team is starting to dream a little bit. They're starting to think about their day to day. And the hope is that they'll come to us and say, hey, I've got this task that I do regularly. I actually think we can use AI for that. What do you think? And so there's that. There's the education, because we do want to equip our teams and we want to teach them and we want to help our workforce become more AI educated. And then the third element is external. How are we utilizing some of what we've learned to now go to market, whether that's new products, whether that's new services, maybe enhancements to the services we already offer? So maybe a practical example that I'll toss out is think about your typical proposal. Are we still just delivering the same old PDF proposal that we've used for the last 20 years? And did you know that there's some really amazing tools that we can take that proposal and dump it into, and we can turn it into a clickable link with menus that open and graphics that show up and videos that play. And with a little bit of training and coaching, what might sound like a multi-hour project to build is literally as simple as a couple of prompts, a couple of folders, and in 5 minutes or less, we now have a really robust proposal that we can put in front of that client that looks uber professional and looks like it took hours to build, but it really didn't. And so I think, I'm not sure if I answered your question, but those are some of the little tools and strategies we've used to help our teams become more comfortable in this world of AI and really start to dream and think about how they can use it to enhance what they're already doing.